Let me introduce myself as Dr. Natchiar, who is an ophthalmologist and eye surgeon working in Aravind Eye Hospital, which belongs to Aravind Eye Care System in South India, and the town name is Madurai. I was an ophthalmologist till 10 years back, and I retired from my service and I became a director of human resource department involving about 4,000 employees across all our hospitals. Now I am spending 50% of my time in farming because I come from a farmer's family and I love this job. And the other 50% I am spending in developing new hospital areas and spending a lot of time in reminding all our employees about Aravind values and culture. It was not a planned setup. I wanted to be a doctor and I was became a doctor. I wanted to become a pediatrician, but my brother Dr. Venkatsamy was an ophthalmologist, and he insisted that I should become an eye doctor because we have lots of problems of blindness in our country, and if I don't become, who else will become? I mean, according to that he said. So that was one turning point where myself, my husband, even though we didn't enjoy ophthalmology at that time, we were forced to take it because of Dr. Venkatsamy, and then it sort of brought a lot of miracles in our life, how the profession was very rewarding and how so many people's eyesight was restored and bring light in their families. The persons who inspired in my life is my mother, who was a great leader in our village. She became a widow as a young lady, and she was a very good farmer. She could get along with people, and usually in the villages women will have a little problem in doing the farming alone, but my mother was an exceptional, and she was a bold lady. At the same time, she was a people's person, and everybody was very fond of her. The second person who inspired my life was my brother Dr. Venkatsamy, who always had such a positive thinking, and he said we can do any wonders. When I started this work, I was not as happy as now. I thought we are getting into a situation where we will not be able to make it, because my brother wanted to eliminate needless blindness in the globe. So at that time we were quite raw. We didn't have much financial support. We were only 4 or 5 people in the family, and the dream looked so big, and initially we thought it's going to be may not be successful. But the initial hard work by every one of the family, and with a good leadership of Dr. Venkatsamy, we were able to achieve it. But retrospectively, now when I think of this, I am very, very proud. We have saved many blind people to regain their vision. That's a big thing. The second, I am very proud the way we do things, the way Aravind Eye Hospital works. The Aravind Eye Hospital working is very unique because it is not the technology, not the building, not the money, not the power, but it's beyond that. Beyond it's, we have a value system where every patient is treated with the dignity. Even a free patient gets a quality eye care, and we are able to subsidize, and we are financially viable, and our people are paid decently, and both personally and professionally all our employees are happy and satisfied. Creating awareness among the whole globe regarding eye care, that's one big achievement. The second achievement, we are the world largest eye care provider right from beginning, even now after 35 years, and we hope to continue further. And even though we come from a very primitive rural place, our hospital has got the highest technology and the basic eye care, like primary eye care up to the tertiary eye care, from a rural setup to the teleconsultation and the teleconference. So I think our institution is one of the great example how a technology and a basic rural natural area could be combined to develop a beautiful systems in the world. The third, I am very proud that we have empowered all these rural girls to do much more difficult jobs. Even an educated person cannot do that. So my strong feeling is everybody has a potential, especially women, and if we use them powerfully and if we use them consistently, support them during their course, every girl can become a leader in the world. I was very passionate about the rural women since I was a farmer and I come from a very remote areas. We started looking for young girls who have just finished their high school, and due to various reasons they could not continue their studies further. Right now every year we select about 500 girls annually. Now at least we have about 2,500 girls across all our hospitals doing excellent work in helping the eye care to be given to so many millions of people. The reason for selecting these rural girls, we needed really a dedicated team with a good common sense and a compassion ground rather than intelligence and studies. So we thought we could try first in the rural villages, and we were very successful, and from then on we have concentrated more on the village areas. What patient wants from us is not the technology, is not the equipment, is not the instruments, but he wants they should trust us for our compassion, and we have to be worthy for that, and then we should provide them with good quality eye service at affordable cost. So we train these girls to do that. So because of these girls' help, our productivity of our doctors have gone up. So an average ophthalmologist at Aravind, he does about 2,000 cases in 1 year, whereas an average ophthalmologist elsewhere will be able to do 600 cases in a year. So this sort of a success made us to improve where all we can use these girls. So right now we are using them in 10 different divisions. In eye care in 4 areas, where in the outpatient area, where inpatient area, as an optometrist, and as in the OT. The other 4 areas we use them in housekeeping, counseling, catering, and optical sales and optical technicians, and the course is for 2 years, and right now we are very successful. Even in our Oro lab, where it's a production unit, we have hired these similar type of girls with a similar education, and because we are catching them at the age of 17, they are quite flexible. To start with, we never had any sort of recognition outside, but that taught me a very big lesson. We have to be patient till we become visible to the world what we are doing. But for us, the best visibility came through the community, and everybody, whether I travel by bus or by train or by air, or when I go to a restaurant or when I meet people, when I say I am from Aravind, everybody looks so happy. I said, my mother was operated by you, or my grandmother got eyesight in your hospital. And even a poorest of the poor, when I go to a restaurant, sometime in small villages, they won't even ask for money. So all those things came not because I am Dr. Natchiar, I come from Aravind Eye Hospital, where eyesight is given to every needy person. The values that we would like to have it in Aravind Eye Care System or anywhere in our life is, one, trust a common person. I mean, we should not be, after all, the world is not for anyone, the world is for every one of us. So trusting each other, helping each other, hard work. There's nothing, when I say hard work, is not the hours of work, but passion to do work, whatever is close to your heart. Do it well and do it in a perfect way. In our hospital, any person who visits our hospital, will be able to see the value system, will be able to absorb them, will be able to feel them, able to hear them in many ways. It's not, it's existing every act of ours. And we also do retreats for the younger generation to take them outside for 2-3 days and share them the history, how we started it, and how we were firm in our value system even when our finance was very poor, even for manpower was very poor. We were clinging on to those rules and to those value system, and that's why we are unique today. If we live in this world, which we like to bring a harmony among everyone, then think of the world rather than think of yourself. That's number one. That means, start loving the community, start loving the family, and don't give too much of importance to the materialistic life. The teachers, I feel, if they can decide, they can change the whole world. Because all we remember is our school teachers, class teachers. Those people's face, they were role model for us. More than the parents, I think the teachers in the early childhood, they are the key people. Up to age of 15, if they can put them on, inoculate them with the values, it will not disappear beginning. And that value system by the teachers in that school going, I think is a key factor. The second is the mother. I strongly feel every woman, whether it's a girl or a lady or an old, has lot of potentials to grow herself, to make others grow. And the excuses, we may have many, many obstacles. My husband is not good, my parents are not good, I'm not educated, I don't have money, but you can still ignore all these things and rise to their expectation, rise to a higher level so that we can all change the world. A leader must have a clear vision, whether it's a farm or a country or an institution, where he is going to take it further, or what is the vision of the Aravind Eye Care system. For example, if you take our hospital, our vision is to eliminate needless blindness by providing quality eye care to all with compassion. So, every word is important there, quality eye care to everyone, rich and poor, and a compassion. So, each word, the leader has to connect this vision to every employee, right from the top to the cleaner. So, all the employees should get saturated with that vision, and the leader has to be a role model to take all the employees towards that. And he should see the development of the employee rather than development of the organization as a priority. Once he takes the development of the employee, the organization will develop automatically. The third is, he should set all the role model for everyone. Without him being practiced as a role model, he cannot be a good leader. India had its own value system, its own traditions, its own culture, its own humility, all those things also changing into the other way around. And the girls were, even anciently, the girls were treated with dignity in India. They had so much of power and so much of dignity, even without education. They are the citizens of this country with so much of rich culture, must hold on to our value system, our traditions, at the same time not becoming egoistic among talk so much about women lib and all those things. It's not really, according to me, it's not there. That's not going to bring freedom to the womanhood. You have so much of potential. So, when you can use them in a right way, when you use them in your family as well as in your profession, with the Indian traditions and culture, I'm sure there will be a change. And I strongly feel women could do wonders in the world by concentrating on the real aspect of it and not going through the fake aspect of it, and which are short-lived. So, when a person is blind, the suffering he undergoes, the way people treat him, the way people, all those things, I don't see it anymore now. I mean, that's a big challenge. A person regains the dignity of his life, lives longer, useful economically, useful to the family, not dependent. Because of Aravind, and also Aravind Eye Hospital has shown many ophthalmologists a way to start institutions. So we not only help them to see, we make other organizations also efficient so that they can also treat them. So fortunately, our cataract blindness was 82% about 20 years back. Now it is 62. So we are seeing the outcome. Now I have been operated in both my eyes, and I still live a very quality life, and I am so happy about it. Like India, people say it's a developing country, as rightly said, you measure with the GDP. That's not the way of measuring at all. I somehow am not very clear about it, because a developing world or a developed world is in what basis? Is it the money alone? So my feeling is, when a person lives comfortably with good work in any country, must be the happiest. That is the way to measure. For example, economically our country for the last 5-6 years is doing good, but in value wise we are deteriorating. So I am for a simple, happy life with your own passionate work is the thing which should be measured in long run. Because the way we do, the way we become materialistic, the way we improve our technology, the way we grow in education, competition, tough, and going further forward, we don't know where we are going, and ultimately struggling till they have 80 years, and where is the life after that? There's nothing there. So my feeling is, do your work, trust the community, enjoy your work whatever it is, but retain the values.